it's Mrs. C here. I think that just cut me off. Anyway, it's Mrs. C. I'm here with week 16, and I'm just going to jump right in. I will remind you that I have not done these in front of a class because we are a few weeks behind this. So hopefully these work well for you guys. If not, I'm sorry. So, all right, I'm going to start with Latin. So with Latin, we've got John 1:3, and the English is, and without him nothing was made that was made. And the Latin is, et sine ipsum factum est nihil, quod factum est. Okay, so again, I'm doing it to the tune of the song by King Things. You can find it on iTunes / Apple Music, or I also found out it was on Amazon Music. So hopefully one of those will work for you. So our hand motions, I'm going to start with English. So our sign for with was this. So without is going to be this. Okay, can you see that? Okay, like this. Okay, so and without him, nothing was made, or was made that was made. Okay, so for Latin, it's going to look a little different because they flip their verb tense structure there. So we have et sine ipso factum est nihil, quod factum est. Okay, so if I was to say Latin directly translated into English, it would look like, and without him made was nothing that made was. So it's a little different. So again, English, and without him nothing was made that was made. Okay, but for Latin, it's going to look like this: et sine ipso factum est nihil, quod factum est. Okay, so that's Latin this week. Now we're going to go to science. So I am still learning this song. I'll just tell you right now. I just started practicing it, so I'm not super great at it. But I'm going to be using the tune Shake It Off for all 12 of our elements that we're going to be learning. And if you would like to look this video up, it's way better than what I will sing, but it's by Shelly Nomad, so YouTube her. She's got the music and puts all the elements up, so you know, it's a great way to practice it even if you decide to not use it in class. I also intend on putting a clock up because there's 12 numbers on a clock, and we have, you know, 1 through 12 on our elements. So I'm going to put that up, and that just kind of helps fill in all the way around there. Okay, so visually that's what I'm going to be doing for this, but I'm going to attempt being the key word here, to sing the very first part of the song for you guys. So bear with me. I'm going to turn the music on so I can know what to say. I don't know if you can hear. Are the first 4 elements in the periodic table by number, element, and mass.
Now here we go.
1 hydrogen H1, 2 helium He4, 3 lithium Li7, 4 beryllium Be9. It's really catchy. I mean, that song's catchy anyway, but I feel like I will actually learn the elements this way and just kind of be able to sing them. So anyway, so go look up Shelly Normand on YouTube. It's her version. I believe it's called Periodic Table Shake It Off. Okay, so that's what I'm going to be using for the next few weeks. So maybe you can go ahead and introduce the whole song or just introduce that part of it. The only difference is it says what are the first 12 elements in the periodic table, so instead of the first 4. Okay, all right, so moving on to regular verb tense, we just did shake it off, and then we have to shake. Who would have thought? So of course I don't have my egg shakers here. I'm using my egg shakers, surprise surprise, for to shake. So we're just going to chant it and shake. So we'll have to shake, 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 shook, shake, and shake, and we'll shake our egg shakers. Okay, so we'll do it fast and we'll do it slow. Have the girls do it, have the boys do it, have the whole class do it loud, have the whole class do it quiet. Okay? For geography, we have the bays. And I'm doing songs for a lot of other stuff, so I decided to not do a song for this because the other things I just needed to do a song for, and I don't have to do a song for this. So we are going to draw I like to have them have their maps out and just take dry erase markers, and we'll just go around first. And I think for my class's sake that I'm going to change the order, and I am going to kind of go in a half circle like this to say. So I'm going to start at San Francisco Bay and work all the way over to the Pamlico Sound. So I need to also look up what the difference between a bay and a sound is, because I have no idea what the difference is. If you all know, you can tell me, because y'all are a lot smarter than I am. So I'm just going to go around starting at San Francisco Bay up to the Puget, is that how you say that? Puget Sound, Hudson's Bay, Chesapeake Bay, and the Pamlico Sound. So we're just going to go around like that. And then I'm going to, have them draw a star on Hudson Bay, have them draw a circle over here, all that jazz that I've done before with the states when we were doing states and capitals. And then just have them erase the bay that is in California. So they'll erase one, okay? Erase the bay that is in Canada. So erase Hudson, So I'll go through the states so they're hearing those where they're located. And then when I'm telling them to draw, I'll say, draw a star on the sound that is in North Carolina. So they're getting those in there. But to introduce them, I think I'm going to go through and do it in a half circle and not exactly the way it has listed in the guide. So, all right. Moving up to history, you guys. I went to Dollar Store today. I should not be allowed in the Dollar Tree, not Dollar Store. Is that right? Anyway, I think it's Dollar Tree. It's where everything is legit $1 in there. And they had the cutest little guitars. And I've been wanting to get a few little musical instruments. And I've seen where you guys have made like the cute ones out of tissue boxes. But I ain't got time for that. So I got these little guitars. And they don't really make a lot of sound, which I like. They make a little bit, enough to be satisfying, but not too much where it's going to be distracting. So for history, I'm going to let them have their guitars, and they can jam out to history, and we'll just listen to the history sentence, and they can whack myself. Don't do that with your guitar. Let them sing along, play on the little guitars. We'll probably walk around the class because we don't have a ton of movement this week. And if your kids are like mine, it's winter and they need to move. So probably walk around, and I'll let people take turns being the leader and playing their guitar. So they had like electric ones too, but I just got the authentic looking ones. So all right. So that is history. Then for math, I'm doing the geometry song. I don't know if that's technically the title, but I learned it last year and I still sing it in my head. So this week's sentence, I do some hand motions with it, but that was because I had littles last year. So you don't have to. They're just kind of in my head. So the area of a rectangle equals length times width. Okay. And then, so that's all they have to learn. The area of a rectangle equals length times width. I'll sing a little bit more for you so you can see where it's going. If you haven't ever heard it, you can look up the geometry song. So I believe it actually starts geometry, geometry. Let's learn about geometry. The area of a rectangle equals length times width. The area of a square equals length of a side squared. Side squared. The area of a triangle equals 1/2 base times height. The area of a circle equals pi times the radius squared. So, and then you sing the geometry part again. So it's very catchy. So again, this week is the area of a rectangle equals length times width. Okay. Then we have a timeline. That's the last thing we have to do. So we have age of industry. So in the song, she does something like this, and I couldn't tell if she just kind of had her hands together or if she was actually doing a sign, but I go along with the hammer in the song. And what we did 3 weeks ago for you guys now, where we did the hammer for age of industry. So we've got age of industry, okay, and then 1760 to 1869. I don't usually do hand motions for that part because it's too many numbers, so we just say it. So we have James Cook sails to Australia and Antarctica, so he just sails, okay? And then we have American Revolution, so you're going to make R's, and they're going to revolve. American Revolution. In general, we're going to make a G, George Washington. So I don't know if the G's for general or George, but we're going to just make it. And these are like the medals that they wore. Okay. General George Washington. Madison's Constitution. So you're going to hold your arm up. Go like this, Constitution. Okay. And the Bill of Rights. My kids like to do it like Mycenaeans. They always like to reminisce and do Bill of Rights like that. So yours might do that, but it's Bill of Rights. Okay. And then French. So we're going to be fancy with our F, but we're going to toilet. French, and then Revolution again. French Revolution. The Second Great Awakening. Okay. Then the Louisiana Purchase. We're going to pretend like we are exchanging money. Louisiana Purchase. Wait, like this. Louisiana Purchase. Sorry. And the Lewis and Clark Expedition. Like you found something. Okay. So I think that's everything for week 16. Again, if you guys have any suggestions, if you did something better than what I suggested, or you just have a neat idea that you want to share, you can comment below, and maybe I'll use your idea instead of mine, because like I said, these are just what I come out of my head, so they don't really mean anything. But yeah, that's everything, guys. Have a great week. I will try to again do week 17 and get it up on Sunday next week, and we'll just keep rolling with that. So hope you guys have an awesome week, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.